The 11 stock market sectors. First of all, they're called the Global Industry Classification Standard, the GICS. All right, the GICS. A stock market sector is a group of stocks that have a lot in common with each other, usually because they are in similar industries. There are 11 different stock market sectors, according to the most commonly used classification system known as the Global Industry Classification Standard, GICS. And so now let's just go through all the different sectors that are in the stock market that we can invest in now. So we have the energy sector. The energy sector covers companies that do business in the oil and natural gas industry. It includes oil and gas exploration and production companies, as well as producers of other consumable fuels like coal and ethanol. The energy sector also includes the related businesses that provide equipment, materials, and services to oil gas producers. It doesn't include many renewable energy companies, which instead are considered utilities. Exxon and Chevron are two of the big examples within the energy industry. So that's important. That's a big industry, especially in this new world. Going forward further, we have the materials sector. Okay, the materials sector. So the materials sector includes companies that provide various goods for use in manufacturing and other applications. You'll find makers of chemicals, construction, materials, and containers and packaging within the materials sector, along with mining stocks and companies specializing in making paper and forest products. So you have like painting companies like Sherman-Williams and companies along those lines. Very important sector as well. In the industrial sector. So the industrial sector encompasses a wide range of different businesses that generally involve use of heavy equipment. Transportation stocks, such as airlines, railroads, and logistic companies, are found within the industrial sector, as are companies in the aerospace, defense, construction, and engineering industries. Companies making building products, electrical equipment, and machinery also fall into the sector, as do many conglomerates. All right. U.S. Postal Service, well, USPS, UPS, the Brown Box Company. They're industrials. We have Raytheon as well. That's a defense contractor. So those are what's in the industrial sector. So now we have the utilities sector. The utility sector encompasses every different type of utility company that you can imagine. Within the sector, you'll find utilities specializing in making electrical power available to residential and commercial customers, as well as specialists in natural gas transmission and distribution. Other utilities are responsible for delivering water to customers. Some utility companies engage in more than one of these different subspecialties. In addition, independent producers of power and renewable electricity also land in the utility sector, even though they don't exactly resemble the traditional regulated utility. And then we have the healthcare sector. The healthcare sector has two primary components. One component includes companies that develop pharmaceuticals and treatments based on biotechnology, as well as the analytical tools and supplies needed for the clinical trials that test those treatments. The other encompasses healthcare equipment and services, including surgical supplies, medical diagnostic tools, and health insurance. Telemedicine is a particularly interesting part of healthcare sector that falls into the latter category. So you have, United Health Insurance, that's stock healthcare sector. You have Johnson and Johnson as well. That's within the healthcare sector. Moving on, financial sector. The financial sector includes businesses that are primarily related to handling money. Banks are a key industry group within the sector. But you'll also find insurance companies, brokerage houses, consumer finance providers, and mortgage-related real estate investment trusts among the financial sector. The financial sector also includes some of the best known financial technology or fintech companies. You have Berkshire Hathaway, JP Morgan. We're invested in SoFi as well. So that's a fintech company in the financials sector. We have consumers discretionary sector. The consumer discretionary sector covers goods and services for which consumer demand depends upon consumer financial status. For example, if you make $25,000 per year, you probably buy a different car than someone who makes $25 million per year. The sector includes companies that sell higher price items like automobiles and luxury goods, as well as leisure products. You'll find both brick and mortar and e-commerce based retail companies in this category, along with hotel and restaurant stocks. You have Amazon, McDonald's, the list goes on. It's the biggest, consumer sector. It's not necessarily a full need. It's up to their discretion of what they want to buy. Consumer staples sector. The consumer staples sector includes goods and services that consumers need, regardless of their current financial condition or the current economic climate. The category includes companies in the food, beverage, and tobacco industries, as well as household and personal care products. You'll also find retail companies that specialize in selling staples, such as supermarkets in this group. You have Coca-Cola, Procter and Gamble, Walmart. It doesn't matter how much money you make, you still need the companies within this sector. Regardless if you make $25,000 a year or $25 million a year, you still need to go to a grocery store to get certain items for the most part, right? The information technology sector, IT, also commonly referred to simply as the tech sector. The information technology sector covers companies involved in the different categories of technological innovation. Some companies in information technology focus on creating software, or providing services related to implementing technological solutions like cybersecurity, while others are more involved in building the equipment, components, and hardware that make tech possible. Information technology also includes maker of semiconductors and the equipment used to produce semiconductor chips. You have Apple, Microsoft, you have Nvidia now. I mean, so the tech sector is the heaviest sector in the American stock market right now, propping it up in an ungodly way. So those are that's what it's doing. We have the communication services sector. The communication services sector is among the newest of the GICS sectors and includes a couple of major areas that used to be part of other sectors. Telecommunication services providers make up one wing of the sector. At the other end are the media and entertainment companies, including both older media like television, radio, and interactive media like internet and newer forms of communication. So you have Meta, Google, you have Verizon, TNT. So there's two different branches of this sector: telecommunications, and then you have entertainment and media. And then the newest one to the mix is the real estate sector. The real estate sector is the newest, having formerly been part of the financial sector. It generally includes two different types of investments related to real estate. Some stocks in this sector are responsible for developing new real estate projects and then managing them by attaining tenants for various spaces within the project property. In addition, most real estate investment trusts, or REITs, pronounced REITs, which are special tax favored business entities that operate in various areas of the real estate industry, get counted with the real estate sector. So example of real estate sector, obviously, we're in that company. And so Reality Inc. And so that's one of my biggest holdings. What we'll get into when it comes to Income Reality Inc. When it comes to my weight allocation for my data dividend path. All right. So this was a good breakdown of the 11 stock market sectors. All right. It's remember the global industry classification standard, the GICS, probably the GICS, however that is said. So that's the first portion. And keep that in mind when you're investing in companies. Are you spreading your allocation of money out properly? Are you too heavy in one sector? Are you too light in another? All right. Make sure you have a good balance and make sure you understand what you're investing in. If you understand the energy sector more than the information technology sector, invest more money into the energy sector because that's your realm of experience. That's your realm of knowledge. All right. So keep all that in mind.